same armor. The lion across his chest, the green cloak over his shoulders, his father's shield on his arm instead of fixed to the wall in his mother's parlor. Unused for years, covered in dust, nearly broken in two. The squire ducked his head, chasing away the thought. "You're ready?" "Certainly feel ready," the knight replied, resting gloved fingers on the hilt of his sword. "After too many days dragging my aging bones across the ward. How long has it been since we left home, Trelland?" Andrew answered without thought. 2 months, sir. Near 2 months to the day." He knew the count like he knew his fingers. Every day on the road was an adventure, through valleys and mountains and wilderness, to kingdoms he'd never dreamed to see. Alongside warriors of great renown and impossible skill, heroes all. Their quest was near to ending, the battle looming close. Andrew did not fear a fight, but what came after? The easy, quick road home, the training yard, the palace, my mother sick and my father dead, with nothing to look forward to but 4 more years of following Sir Grandal from throne room to wine cellar. Sir Grandal took no notice of his squire's discomfort, prattling on. "Spindles torn open and lost realms returned. Hogwash, all of it. Chasing a children's story," the knight grumbled, testing his gloves. "Chasing ghosts. 4 ghosts." He shook his head at his battle-ready companions, their garb and coloring as varied as jewels in a crown. His watery blue eyes lingered on a few. Andrew followed Sir Grandal's gaze. He landed on the figures with tight, rigid posture, their armor strange, their ways even stranger. Though they were many days on the road with the companions of the realm, some felt anything but familiar. Inscrutable as a wizard's riddle, distant and unbelievable as a myth. And standing right in front of me. "They aren't ghosts," Andrew murmured, watching as one stalked the temple's perimeter. His hair was blonde and braided, his form broad and monstrously tall. The great sword at his hip would take 2 men to wield. Dom, Andrew thought, though his true name was far longer and more difficult to pronounce. A prince of Iona. "The elders are flesh and blood as much as we are." They were easy to distinguish from the other warriors. The elders were beings apart, 6 of them in all, each one like a beautiful statue, differing in appearance but somehow all alike, as distant from mortal kind as birds from fish. Children of different stars, the legend said. Beings of another realm, the few histories told. Immortals, Andrew knew. Ageless, beautiful, undying, distant. And lost. Even now, he could not help but stare. They called themselves the Videra, but to the rest of the ward, to the mortals who only knew them from ancient history and fading stories, they were the elders. Their kind were few, but to Andrew Trelland's eye, they were still mighty. The elder prince looked up as he rounded the temple, meeting the squire's gaze with fierce emerald eyes. Andrew dropped his face quickly, knowing the immortal could hear their conversation. His cheeks flushed. Sir Grandal did not flinch, flint-eyed beneath his helmet. "Do immortals bleed, squire?" "I don't know, my lord," Andrew replied. The knight's gaze shifted through the rest. The elders came from every corner of the ward, emerging from half-forgotten enclaves. Andrew had memorized them like he did courtiers, both so Sir Grandal would not embarrass himself in company, and for his own curiosity. The 2 elder women were a sight unto themselves, warriors as much as the rest of them. Their presence had been a shock to the mortal men, the Knights of Galland most of all. Andrew still found them intriguing, if not awe-inspiring. Rowena and Maragon were of Sarandal, deep in the Castlewood, as was Arborin. Andrew guessed them to be close kin, with their red hair, pale fox-like faces, and purple chainmail, iridescent as snakeskin. They looked like a forest in autumn, shifting between sun and shadow. Nor came from his ear.